Championship Sunday. We're just about ready for soccer. A very pleasant good afternoon to you, everybody. Chris Needham broadcasting live from the Angelo State University soccer pitch here on campus, San Angelo, Texas. We have got ourselves a championship game that we're going to really be excited about. Angelo State was the host team. They were a co-champion with Midwestern State. Everybody thought they'd be playing today, but a big upset on Friday. We brought it to you. West Texas A&M University eliminated Angelo State. They will play Midwestern. Midwestern on Friday eliminated Texas A&M Commerce. This game has an awful lot as far as implications for the NCAA Division II selection show, which will happen tomorrow night. Our championship game coming your way momentarily. It is Midwestern against West Texas A&M. Let's look at numbers for both teams. West Texas, statistically, obviously, this is a WT team that is coming in here with just 6 wins on the year, but 3 of them have come in their last 3 games. Yes, sir. Those of you who are fans of West Texas and listening and watching right now out in Canyon, you got to be proud of Chad Webb and his ladies. They had a very rugged season defending the championship that they won last year. They were the Lone Star Conference champs last year. But this year they struggled a little bit. I talked to Chad Webb after his great win, and the ladies won on Friday, and he goes, I'm not sure why we won only 5 games. We're a good team. Now, they tied 5. Let's say you win all of those tie games, you know, he'd have 10 victories. But as it is right now, they are 6-8-5, and Midwestern State, the Mustangs, and you can see their defensive statistics and everything, very, very strong. 28 goals overall on the year. Very, very strong ball club. Midwestern State, co-champs of the Lone Star Conference this year, with a record of 7-2-1, co-champs with Angelo State. Angelo State, of course, they will simply be watching today. It is a battle, as you see right now on the right of your screen, in the totally dark uniforms from Canyon, Texas. Those are the Lady Buffs of West Texas A&M. To the left, in the totally light uniforms, the yellow, of course, and of course the Buffs are maroon, West Texas, that maroon color. So West Texas will be going from right to left. This is an east-west field. The wind is coming out of the south, which is to my back, and it'll be blowing across the field, just as on Friday. It's really weird what the soccer gods did to us this particular weekend. Friday was a raw, cold, very uncomfortable day. As I sat here for about 6 hours broadcasting, my toes and fingers were numb when the games were over. But then yesterday, on the off day where the ladies got to rest, it was a spectacular day here in San Angelo. 72, 73 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. There was just a very light breeze. It was wonderful. And then this morning really wasn't bad. It was foggy. But then here about 10:30, 11, the clouds started rolling in. The wind started picking up again. The wind is, as I said, from my back going across the field. Midwestern in the yellow. They are on the attack now in their offensive zone. That is Mickey Brown on the left sideline throw-in for Midwestern. Morgan Hannon is number 20. WT's defense has been the key. Their star was the lady that just kicked the ball right there. West Texas, Rhea Belgrave, number 20 in the dark top. You see her with the header right there. That's Rhea Belgrave. She was my star of the game on Friday when they upset Angelo State 1-0. That was the only goal scored in regulation of both games. This Midwestern team in yellow, in defeating Texas A&M Commerce, played 90 minutes of scoreless soccer, then played another 10 minutes and another 10 minutes, a double overtime of scoreless soccer, and they eventually advanced with a 3-1 advantage in a shootout. The game technically is called a tie, but Midwestern advanced by the shootout, but never scored a goal in regulation on a regular goal. The only goal scored on Friday in regulation was for West Texas. Dominique Premack, the sophomore out of Centennial, Colorado, got the goal in the first half, actually about 20 minutes into the game. And then they played the following 70 minutes of the contest, just protecting that 1-0 lead for the upset. And indeed, West Texas, the number 4 seed, eliminated Angelo State, the number 1 seed, the team that was hosting this tournament. Now, as we go along, I will explain to you, as Mickey Brown is trying, or check it, I'm saying, yeah, that is Mickey Brown on the far left side, marked for West Texas by Caitlin Steele, the freshman out of Andrews, Texas. And I will make again some of the points that I made over and over again on Friday. The roster of West Texas just laden with freshmen, and that's one thing that Chad Webb told me, that really a lot of times this year his freshmen and the team in general not able to close out some of the games that they maybe had a chance to win. That's why they came into this tournament with an overall record of 5-8-5, just 5 victories out of 18 contests. But all that matters is that they have won their last 3, West Texas, playing outstanding soccer right now. And well, they won this tournament last year. Can they do it again as the 4th seed? In yellow, Midwestern has the ball in their offensive end. Mickey Brown went after it. Rhea Belgrave knocking it away. It'll be a left sideline throw-in for Midwestern. And going to that situation that I told you about, there are not going to be as many Angelo State fans here at this game because Angelo State is not playing. But the Angelo State fans and the Angelo State team and coaches have a monumental vested interest in this game, whether their season is going to continue and whether they're going to go to the playoffs. Let me explain it very quickly. As you see the ball right at midfield, Midwestern in the yellow, trying to work their offensive attack, defensive exploits for West Texas. What is going to happen tomorrow night, and it will be 6:30 Central Time, I believe, the NCAA Division II selection show, when we're going to find out who gets to go to the NCAA Division II soccer tournament. This is Midwestern trying to clear for the ladies out of Wichita Falls. That is Haley Britton working defensively. And on their left defensive sideline, you saw number 10 is Tatiana Griffiths. I really bragged on her on Friday. I thought she had a great game on Friday. Also down that left sideline in yellow, you see number 11, Katie Catney. Catney, one of the top performers from last week. As last week she had her 3rd goal of the season and assisted on the eventual game winner as Midwestern got the 3-2 victory over Angelo State to assure themselves the co-championship of the Lone Star Conference. But back to that NCAA Division II tournament, Angelo State was eliminated from this tournament. Now, there is what we call, obviously, the AQ. The winner of this tournament is your AQ, the automatic qualifier. Whoever wins this tournament is going to go to the NCAA Division II soccer tournament. If it is West Texas, it is a very good chance that if West Texas wins, they will knock Angelo State out of the ability to continue their season. If Midwestern wins this tournament by winning this game today, they were the number 3 seed in our South Central region. They were going to go anyway to the tournament. And by eliminating West Texas, it would open up that spot probably for Angelo State. So Angelo State really has a vested interest in what's going on. Here is the lady I was bragging about for you for West Texas, Rhea Belgrave, number 20, dumps it into the offensive zone. Nice hustle for the Lady Buffs by Jessie Thomas. Thomas, their leading scorer, knocked to the ground. The defender working on her is Anna Mullen. Mullen trying to clear, WT keeping it in their end and the offensive zone. Defense has been the key with a capital D through this entire tournament. We had a 0-0 110-minute game on Friday, and then a 1-0 game on Friday. I broadcast soccer all afternoon, saw just one goal. So the defense is a key, and obviously coaches will preach over and over and over again. If you're not scored on, you can never lose. Defense is always number one. Foot race to the ball right near midfield. Midwestern trying to establish control. One of their premier players, number 20, Morgan Hannon. She's the sophomore out of Midland, Texas. I talked to Jeff Trimble, their veteran coach, in his 16th year with this club. Had his first NCAA playoff experience in 2010. But I did talk to him before the game on Friday, and I said, who's your star? Just can you tell me one lady? He said he didn't hesitate a second. Morgan Hannon is my glue. He said she just always wins every ball she works at, and just an example by the way she hustles. And a great shot right there of Rhea Belgrave, the 5'6" junior out of Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago. Also went to Concordia College up in New York. And as I said, I really bragged on her on Friday. I talked to Chad Webb, the WT coach, on our interview after the game. And I said, you don't win this game without Rhea, how well she played. And, of course, she is the defensive player of the year in our league. And he said, yeah, that even embarrassed her at the banquet on Thursday night. Rhea doesn't. She's such a team player. She was sort of embarrassed to be singled out, but she is just everywhere. One of the great defenders for West Texas, but then all of a sudden you'll look down there and she'll be in the goal mouth offensively as well. For West Texas, Emily Krennick there, the sophomore out of Belton, Texas, trying to keep it in play. Now the right sideline throw-in for Midwestern by Katie Catney. Catney really battled a couple of ankle injuries on Friday. That was a good defensive play for West Texas by Marissa Knabb, knocking it out of bounds. Here's our initial corner kick of the afternoon. And going down there for Midwestern is Katie Catney. Catney is behind Ashley Cottrell as far as the leading scorers for Midwestern. Catney has 9 points, 3 goals, 3 assists. Ashley, number 22, is in the center of the field, or just to at the triangle point of the goal area there, you see. WT now with the right sideline throw in. They work back offensively. For just a second, Midwestern thought a breakaway possibility for Katie Catney. Katie, as we said last week, had her 3rd goal of the season, assisted on the eventual game winner to lead Midwestern to their 3-2 win over Angelo State. That was last Friday, not 2 days ago, 9 days ago. Mickey Brown had the header on that goal that made it 3-0. That was the game that made it both teams, Midwestern and Angelo State, 7-2-1 overall in conference records, and that's why they had a co-conference championship. But Angelo State got 2 late goals to get a +1 in the entire season goal differential, and that's why they hosted this tournament. And so they thought they would be playing here this afternoon in the championship contest again against Midwestern, but they were shocked 1-0 on Friday by West Texas. Catney takes a seat. Oh, I apologize. I thought Kattni was going off the field. You see her now. She'll have the, that's the free kick. That's why it wasn't the throw-in. They called the foul, so that's the free kick. Kattni dumps it in front of the goal. West Texas defending well. Outstanding WT play right there by Emily Krennick. She's out of Belton, Texas. WT with an offensive opportunity. And thwarting it defensively was Anna Molen. Now, WT, very freshman-oriented. They won just 5 of 18 games this year, but they did tie 5. But they won their last 2 games of the regular season, did West Texas, against Commerce and Texas Women's to get into this tournament. They've got an offensive opportunity here. The nice crossing pass went over the head of Krennick. WT trying to keep it in the offensive end. The only goal scored in this tournament is off the right foot of Dominique Premack, the sophomore out of Colorado. But as I said, West Texas had to win their final 2 regular season games just to get into this tournament. Then they won on Friday. So that's 3 wins in a row, all in the last 9 days. And they only had 3 other victories the entire season. They're in here right now at 6, 8, and 5 overall. Hannon trying to run the show for Midwestern. WT again, as always, doing a superb job defensively. So we're in the 15th minute of the first half. West Texas working up the right sideline. Kylie Callaghan, the junior out of, the freshman out of Leander, Texas, working at midfield, and she has hurt that left knee big time. Wow. We got a good shot of that there. Kylie Callaghan is a freshman out of Leander, Texas, and as she tried to make that hit, and wow, I'm pretty close to her right now, and she's in a lot of pain. They have stopped the clock. Oh man, I can hear her. I guess you can too. We jump into the Midwestern huddle with the white baseball cap and the sunglasses. That is 16th year head coach Jeff Trimble. You see Coach Trimble very, very laid back, as is Chad Webb. Both of these coaches are just a really unique individual, and there's Chad right there. Chad will come on to try to check on the physical well-being of Kylie Callaghan. She is a freshman out of Leander, Texas. And we have a little stoppage of play, just a chance to ask you to participate if you would like. We have done this for 5-6 years, and we have so much fun with this, and it is the social media aspect of what we can do with Twitter, Facebook, the Lone Star Conference site. If you're watching, for instance, out in Leander, Texas, Kylie Callaghan, Marissa Knabb from out there as well, let us know. Or if there's someplace you're watching, like we had a couple of young ladies playing on Friday from England, and we got a Facebook message from England as they were watching over there. I remember several years ago I told this story on Fridays. One of the dads was watching in Guam. He had business in Guam. I'm sorry, but this does not look good. No pressure whatsoever on the on the knee as they help her off the field. It looks like McKiley Callaghan, you can see now there. Well, now she is putting a little pressure on that left knee, but pictures do better than I can. That does not look good. I'm not sure if she'll be able to come back at all. She simply extended that left knee, trying to get control of the ball right at the midfield circle, and so she may be done for the day, and she's been a very important part of this team. But as we started to say, if you're watching somewhere that we would think it'd be interesting, or even just locally or whatever, if you want to say hi, get on Facebook, Twitter, whatever you do, and they are able to get that message to me, and I'll say hello to you. It'd be nice just to say hello, and that helps us realize how much we're helping you enjoy Lone Star Conference soccer, and we appreciate that. So the ball will belong now to Midwestern State. We do identify the goalies for you, of course, for Midwestern. Callie Essery, what a wonderful story she is. Callie Essery, 3 years she sat behind Mallory Whitworth, one of the premier goalkeepers in our entire Lone Star Conference. Mallory was just wonderful, and Essery was on the roster as a freshman, sophomore, junior, never got to play, but Mallory Whitworth moved on, and Callie got her chance, and what a chance. She had a single season record, notching her 8th shutout of the season over Southwestern a week ago today. And then you flip it over, and on the other side is Yvette Bedoy, the 5'6" senior out of Garland, Texas. Yvette has had a wonderful season as well for West Texas. So we'll keep an eye out. I'll look over on the bench and just see if we do see a return ever of McKiley Callaghan, and had no real serious injuries on Friday. I did mention to you that a couple of times I saw Katie Catney really favoring that left ankle as she fought the ankle injury, but nobody else really got hurt at all on Friday. And that foul will be against West Texas. That's just the second foul of the contest against the Lady Buffs out of Canyon. By the way, I will have a broadcast for you in 2 weeks out of Canyon. We will have our Mickey Brown with an opportunity to score, and Mickey Brown down that left side. Probably our best opportunity for any offense here so far. Brown down the left side with the left-footed kick. Was too tall on that one. But we did start to mention we'll be in Canyon, Texas on Thursday, Friday, Saturday in 2 weeks for the volleyball championships. West Texas again will host volleyball, and we'll have the broadcast for you there. So we'll get the official statistics, and a lot of times that's even open for discussion as to whether that is literally a shot or a shot on goal. Mickey Brown, definitely a shot there, and probably the initial shot on goal for Midwestern. We were laughing with Neil Piper, the Texas A&M Commerce coach, on Friday, about how games just they turn around with the smallest things. One of the contests, as a matter of fact, I think it was against West Texas and Texas A&M Commerce. He said in the first half we outshot them 9-1, and we were trailing. And you just never know. That's what's great about soccer. You're up and down the field, and I remember on Friday, in that game, in the second half when the Midwestern was playing Commerce, I said, well, it seems to me that the field is tilting just a little bit. I was trying to explain that you just You just got the feeling that Midwestern was starting to take control. They had much more offensive possession, the ball in front of the opponent's goal a lot more. Opportunity there for Katie Catney. Catney coming down the right side. You get a good look at number 11 in yellow, and there's Yvette Bedoy. Bedoy making the save there. Yvette Bedoy on the season in 19 games, and you know, nobody else on West Texas's roster has any goal keep statistics. Tori Davis has a little bit of activity for Midwestern, but Yvette Bedoy played every game this year for West Texas. 18 games, had 101 saves, her percentage .849. And as you can see, we are in the 20th minute of activity now. West Texas really has had one sort of cursory opportunity at the goal. There have been two pretty good opportunities for Midwestern. Here's Mickey Brown again, shooting, and that will go out of bounds. It'll be a corner kick. Well, that's what I mean about the field tilting a little bit. There you get a very good shot of number 9. For Midwestern, that is Mickey Brown, the 5'4" senior out of Fort Worth Paschal High School. Substitutions for Midwestern. You see Emily Seville leaving, and that is Kensley Pounds checking back in. But here is the second corner kick. Actually, the third corner kick of the afternoon for Midwestern. You will see them line up, then break to the goal, the centering pass. The header hits the crossbar. Another opportunity, and another. And trying to, Yvette Bedoy wanted to make sure they would not get another corner kick. We get a stoppage. We're going to look at that again. Brown, the ball knocked loose. That is why we had the corner kick. We'll look at that activity maybe in just a little bit. But as we said now, you start to feel the field tilting just a little bit for Midwestern. They're controlling the pace of play and the offense just a little bit more than WT. But WT's strength has been their defensive ability. Mickey Brown with a good play there, knocking it away. Midwestern on their left side offensive attack. The center, that's Katie Catney. And WT wants to clear. The left sideline throw in. You got a good look at Haley Britton. Catney can't control. The leading scorer for Midwestern is Ashley Cottrell, number 22, with the ball right there to Mickey Brown on the left side. Brown, a speedster, the center, and Bedoy will clear it away. Yvette Bedoy is a 5'6" performer out of South Garland High School in the Dallas area. Mickey Brown to the left sideline, that's Catney. And that's not a hard call. And the guilty party is right there. Yes, Judge, we've got the shot of her right there. That's Kensley Pounds. Pounds, I saw her do that a couple of times on Friday. Very, very strong performer, but a physical performer, and sometimes you just have to push the envelope a little bit. You do what they're going to let you get away with, because there's always going to be contact. You learn that as a father too. You learn that as a daddy when you've got little girls, and your little girl is your precious little girl. And my daughter is going to play soccer, and my wife and I talked about it and said, yeah, that's fine. She'll have fun, run around. Nothing worried about soccer. And then you come back and they got bruises here and black marks and blue marks here, and you realize my daughter played high school and she was in a club team that traveled all over the country, and I'm telling you, as you can see, that's what brought that up, that hit by Kensley Pounds. This is a very, very physical game. And a lot of these ladies for the entire season, they're wearing black and blue marks all over their hips and ribs and not feeling 100% right now, of course, is McKiley Callaghan. We had you watch her being helped off the field with that knee injury as well. Our defensive player of the year in the Lone Star Conference with that kick right there. Number 20, Rhea Belgrave, has had a wonderful tournament. WT trying to knock it into their offensive zone, and that's an outstanding play for West Texas by Jessie Thomas, their second leading scorer, trying to keep it in play, keep it in that offensive end. Essery will clear it away as we play in the 25th minute of another scoreless contest. We got the good replay there. That was Emily Krennick. Emily with the right foot. Probably just the second shot officially of the day for West Texas. And there's the physicality that I talked about. Don't ever think this isn't a physical game. And of course, that's Jessie Thomas. That will definitely be a shot on goal. You get a good look at the senior right there, Callie Essery. And I'm belaboring that point about physicality, but again, once again, you see another whistle being blown on Kensley Pounds. Very, very physical performer. Kensley Pounds has that foul called on her, and I'm talking about that physicality in the fact that you say, well, you know, not a physical game like football or whatever. Well, you're dressed up nowadays almost like a knight in shining armor in football with chest pads, knee pads, hip pads, whatever. These young ladies are out there in the shorts and T-shirts and running full speed into one another. It is a physical contest. So WT has been trying to get that Thomas-Emily Krennick combination working. Jessie Thomas, number 4, is their leading scorer with 13 points. A goal and an assist. Thomas in the goal mouth, the header will go astray, and Essery will clear it. Very good activity there. To my right, quite a few more people have come over today from Canyon. And we've got some good representation of West Texas fans here. But for West Texas, Jessie Thomas in 19 games has 6 goals and assists. That's 13 points. Berkeley Watson, a couple of goals, 2 assists. As we said, not a lot of offensive statistics. That's what's great. That's what Chad Webb can brag about. We had a big laugh about his reaction on Friday. He's a very laid-back individual, the West Texas coach, and I was just saying, amazing that you come in here with only 5 victories on the year. I think he might have been put off a little bit by me saying that. Just here you win. He said, well, we expected to win. He says, I have no idea why I only won 5 games this year. They had 5 ties as well, so they very, very close to winning 10 contests, but it was quite the upset. And because of that, as I said, I'm going through WT's scoring. Thomas with those 13 points. You flip the page, and for Midwestern, Ashley Cottrell is their top scorer with 8 goals, 2 assists, 18 points. Katie Catney has 3 goals and 3 assists. That's 9 points. Morgan Hannon has 8 points. Long shot on goal. That was outstanding. And WT Berkeley Watson from about 45 yards away on the free kick, knocking it right in the goal mouth. And Essery with a good save there. And immediately Pounds goes the other way, wants to center, and Bedoy will short hop the save. Yeah, look at this. Here's Bedoy. Did the wind help, you may ask? It is a little breezy, but it is going straight across the field from our broadcast position across the field. It is not helping either team, and it is not really obtrusive or whatever in any way. It's really a very, very comfortable day. Yesterday was a beautiful day, but probably the ladies would pick today to play more than yesterday because it was hot and sunny yesterday. This is very, very comfortable if you're going to be running out there for 90 minutes. You see the flip-flop there, and you had a good shot for just a second of Jackie Busey. Jackie has just checked in for Midwestern. West Texas trying to keep it in their offensive end of the field. Work it on the left side for Marissa Knabb. The side out will belong to Midwestern. Jackie Busey, who just checked in with the throw in. Also just checking in is Callie Brasino. Boy, that's an outstanding pass right there for Kirsten Kirbo. Essery will clear it though. Dominique Premack is number 3 in the dark top. She is the holder of the title right now. There you get a good look at her. She is the only performer that has scored a goal in this entire tournament. There you see number 3, Dominique Premack, a 5'6" sophomore out of Centennial, Colorado. At the 19-minute mark on Friday in their contest against Angelo State, she scored a goal. That is the only goal that has been scored in this entire tournament. Midwestern advanced with shootout goals after 2 overtimes, but on Friday we had a 0-0 tie and a 1-0 WT victory. West Texas. On the attack, that is a shot on goal as well. Wow. Pounds trying to keep it in play for Midwestern. Kensley Pounds. WT clearing, that's Haley Gerard. Ashley Craig. Hannon, the glue, as Coach Trimble talked about with me. Hannon controlling, outstanding offensive footwork there. Wanted to get it to Pounds. Pounds would have had the opportunity to break in. You always have to be very, very conscious of where you are offensively as you try to break for the goal. West Texas will bring their defenders up very high, and obviously if you break in behind them without the ball, you're offsides. So we approach our 35th minute of activity. That's Busey to Pounds. Pounds for Midwestern on the right sideline. Dump it in Brasino, and that'll go out of bounds, so it'll belong to the Lady Buffs. Callie Brasino is a redshirt sophomore out of Amarillo. Belgrave the kick. Morgan Hannon to Pounds. for Midwestern. Karina Donahue with the center. But WT tries to clear. Good job keeping it in play, Alexandria Edwards. That's the way you are taught to get your body in between you and the ball. Cassandra Thedford doing the job for West Texas. She's out of Canyon. Boy, outstanding hustle there for Jessie Thomas. You can see why she is their leading scorer. Thomas to Ashley Craig for West Texas. Craig still has it off the left foot. And the shot by Kirsten Kerbo. Freshman out of Amarillo goes wide left. Hannon is a premier performer for Midwestern, but she leaves in favor of Kayla Cheeseman, so they're going to give her about a 10-minute break. Morgan Hannon will probably rest the final 10 minutes of this half and be ready for the final 45. For about 8 or 9 minutes, 15 minutes ago, Midwestern was controlling the offensive tempo and had 5 or 6 really good looks at the goal mouth. In the last 4 or 5 minutes, West Texas has been controlling things offensively a little bit, but we're still scoreless. And obviously now we work to about the 37th minute of our match. Boy, I talked about the physicality. Did you see that? That was Rhea Belgrave throwing her body around, doing a great job. Taking the brunt of that was Callie Brasino of Midwestern. The winner of this game, we will reiterate what we told you in our opening. The winner of this game is the AQ, the automatic qualifier from the Lone Star Conference. The winner of this game is going to go to the NCAA Division II playoffs that'll start next week. All of those teams will be announced tomorrow night. Midwestern, it appears, is ranked high enough in our South Central region. They're going to go no matter what. But if West Texas wins this game and becomes our Lone Star Conference automatic qualifier, now here came Belgrave there. That's what we were talking about on Friday. Great defender, our Lone Star Conference Defensive Performer of the Year, just to the right of your screen there, number 20. She is a great defender, but boy, when she gets up ahead of steam and she wants to take it to the goal mouth offensively, she'll do it. But as we said, if West Texas wins this game and becomes our automatic qualifier for the Lone Star Conference, then that probably would eliminate Angelo State. Nice cross for West Texas. They're trying to look in front. WT for both Kirsten Kierbo and Emily Krennick. That's Dominic Premack. Dominique is the only one, as we told you, who has scored a goal in this tournament. 1-0 Friday, WT with the win over Angelo State. Midwestern now trying to get something rolling. WT will clear. Marissa Knabb with the long kick. Just over 6 minutes remaining in a scoreless first half. We play in minute number 39. And again, defense has been the order of the day for both squads here. And we'll get a shot on the field now of, we've been bragging about Rhea Belgrave, and Rhea was down for just a minute. Rhea still limping a little bit. Looked as if maybe she just had a cramp out there, but it's not hot enough for a cramp. She's still limping. I'm looking at her a little bit on that far right side. For West Texas, that was Dominique Premack again. Thomas trying to work from the far right side, and nice defensive work for Berkeley Watson as she knocked the ball away from Callie Brasino. Pounds with a nice centering pass. Alexandria Edwards working on the left wing. And Bedoy will clear it. Our tournament started, the first time we had our Lone Star Conference tournament was in 1996. That has been 18 times we've had this tournament. 10 years, it was a 6-team bracket. And for 8 years, it has been a 4-team bracket. And through all of that, the fewest amount of total goals that we have ever had in the total tournament was 6 in 2001. And in this tournament now, 4-team bracket, we've only had 1 goal. Definitely on the way to setting a record. And it will always come back to who you talk to. Who are you talking to? The coaches will say, well, I am so proud of how well we play defense. And maybe another coach would say, boy, we just can't get anything working offensively. We're not having any luck offensively. Bad offense. Well, is it bad offense or good defense? Well, right now these are 2 wonderful defensive clubs. And I'll tell you, a major key for West Texas, and Chad Webb has done a remarkable job. They are the defending tournament champs. Remember last year, Chad Webb and West Texas, they won our tournament in a double overtime victory over Incarnate Word. And then this year, only 5 victories in the regular season, and they had only 3 victories in the regular season until last week. They won 2 games last week to get in the tournament. They've won 1 in the tournament. 3 of their 6 victories have come in the last 9 days. And they have done a wonderful job, and as we said, you play great defense, you can't lose. So we go now, headed for our 43rd minute of the first half, scoreless again. For Midwestern defensively, Anna Molen has done a wonderful job all afternoon long. She's number 12 in the yellow with the ball right there. This is Anna Molen working up the left sideline. Kensley Pounds wants a breakaway. Pounds has Brasino open there on the left side. They had an opportunity. Look how high West Texas brings their defenders, of course, and that will negate your opportunity to get a breakaway if you're offsides. Rocking and rolling to our 44th minute of this game. Pounds again, trying to work the two-man game with Brasino, trying to cut, go right, then go left.
1 minute left.
Just 1 minute left. Midwestern will dump it in on the left side. Karina Donahue. Melanie Rabotham is our public relations person with all the numbers and answers in the Lone Star Conference, and of course our conference commissioner, Stan Wagnon, working with me. They just handed me that note about the tournament, and that just lets you know how unusual this is. The fewest goals we've ever had in a Lone Star Conference tournament was 6. Look at the defensive exploits right there of Rhea Belgrave. She's been hurting, and she sacrifices her body there and continues to hurt. Rhea Belgrave working against Callie Brasino there. Really, you have to get excited about great defensive performances here, but we're going to have another scoreless half of soccer. West Texas had a scoreless second half after they had a 1-0 lead on Friday against Angelo State. And, of course, Midwestern and Commerce were scoreless in their entire game. Fewest amount of total goals in a tournament since 1996. 6 goals in 2001. We're going to break that record this year, no question. We're going to take about a 13, 14-minute break here. I'll come back and get you ready for second half activity in just a little bit. We're at halftime. West Texas A&M University and Midwestern State. We're scoreless in San Angelo, Texas. Hey, hello once again, everybody. Chris Needham broadcasting to you live. San Angelo, Texas. We're on campus here at Angelo State University. Great wide shot that we have there. This is the backside, really, of the campus. The majority of the buildings, the offices and the classrooms and so forth directly behind us. But a wonderful athletic facility here. We are tied in with the track and the softball field and so forth. On the right now, as you see, we broadcast to you live on FoxSportsSouthwest.com in total yellow uniforms. These are the Mustangs of Midwestern State University, our conference co-champions at 7-2-1. And then in the huddle to the left, you see West Texas A&M University, the Lady Buffs, who got into this tournament barely by winning their final two games last week and shocked Angelo State 1-0 on Friday, the number 4 seed, trying to see if they could pull their second straight upset and therefore get the automatic qualifying berth to our NCAA tournament. The game is scoreless, 0-0. That is in tie, and also it is dead even as far as shots and shots on goal. West Texas A&M has 6 total shots, 4 shots on goal, 3 fouls. Midwestern State has 6 shots, 4 shots on goal with 5 fouls. Callie Essery, the goalkeeper for Midwestern, has 4 saves. Yvette Bedoy has 4 saves. And so we're underway. And now it is West Texas A&M University going from left to right. And Midwestern will be going to our goal at the left side of our broadcast area. For Midwestern, that is Ashley Cottrell, their leading scorer. You get a good look at her right there. Number 22 is Ashley Cottrell, the sophomore out of Arlington, Texas, on the season. She, in 19 games, had 8 goals, 2 assists. That's 18 points. West Texas, are we going to get a little bit more up-tempo and maybe a possibility of somebody getting a goal? We are going to break an all-time Lone Star Conference record. Our conference tournament started in 1996, and the fewest goals we have ever had was 6 in 2001. So the foul was called on Midwestern, and we've got the West Texas free shot, Berkeley Watson. You know, she had a free shot in the first half from about 10 yards closer, and she hit it right on the goal mouth, one of the 6 shots. Both teams have 6 shots and 4 shots on goal. Berkeley Watson again with the strong kick, and this one will go out of bounds. And back to that point again. We've had 18 tournaments since 1996. 10 times we used to have a 6-team bracket. This is just a 4-team bracket where we had the semifinals on Friday and the finals here today. But in all the tournaments, there at least has been some goals. In 2001, there were 6 goals. That's the all-time record. As of right now, we have played all the soccer that we have played, and we've only had 1 goal. We had the scoreless tie on Friday with Midwestern advancing with penalty shots over Commerce. That does go down as a tie officially. And then we had a 1-0 victory for West Texas. Only 1 goal in the tournament. Mickey Brown, Midwestern down the right side. Shot here, possibility, there we go. That's the first goal. Midwestern has scored, and Ashley Cottrell does it, and that is their leading scorer. And we'll look at it again. Look at number 22 with the hand slaps all around. Tatiana Griffith celebrating with her, but that was a great centering pass by Mickey Brown. You can see her number 9 on the right side. And that is the first goal we have seen in our broadcasts since the first half on Friday when West Texas got the 1-0 advantage over Angelo State. Well, that was gorgeous. We will try to look at that again possibly if we can for you, but that was Ashley Cottrell, the sophomore out of Arlington, Texas. The assist obviously will go to Mickey Brown. Midwestern leads it 1-0. And they celebrate, and as we told you, Angelo State, some of the local people here, they probably celebrate as well. I have seen some of the coaching staff and players of Angelo State. They are here watching as well because their season is riding in the balance. Probably, now this is just probable, we don't know, but probably if West Texas were to win this game, it would eliminate Angelo State from being able to go to the NCAA Division II tournament. But if Midwestern wins, Angelo State probably, because they were the co-champs of the Lone Star Conference, will get in. And their soccer players are here. During the intermission, I saw some of their players. Here comes Midwestern. Again, they looked as if they had an opportunity for a break. That was Katie Catney. Now working right in front of our broadcast position is Alexandria Edwards. This is Tatiana Griffiths working on the left side, Katie Catney. Well, that sparks things up a little bit. You finally get the opportunity for Midwestern fans that have traveled over here from Wichita Falls and the Angelo State fans who are realizing that a Midwestern victory may be their only hope to get in the national tournament. Now they start getting a little bit more pumped up in that regard. So now it becomes a matter of you play a little different with a 1-0 lead, and you play a little different with a 2-0 lead. That was Morgan Hannon trying to bring it up for Midwestern. It goes back the other way. Cottrell, who just scored the goal, gets it to Mickey Brown. If Brown can catch up, she centers, and it's out of bounds. So as we told you, when you're playing in a scoreless tie, things are a little bit different. When you get that 1-goal advantage, the closer you get to the end of the game, then more and more you pack it back defensively. You simply take your time on every side out. You just try to milk that clock. Well, West Texas will get in desperation mode in a little bit. We're still very, very early. As you see, of course, we still have almost 40 minutes of soccer to play. This is Morgan Hannon for the Mustangs. Work at left side. Katie Catney. Catney goes down, no whistle. Edwards to Catney. Back to Edwards. That's a nice play right there. And one of the better defensive plays of the afternoon, that was Cassandra Thetford, the sophomore out of Canyon, Texas, came racing across to knock it away from the goal scorer of our only one today, Ashley Cottrell. And we'll get a flip-flop defensively, resting her... you know, she's got a big bandage now on her right, above her right knee. Look at, here comes Rhea Belgrave. Look at that. Boy, have they have really gone, we talked about her fighting that knee problem. And we got a great shot there. Good job, guys. And that was the defensive play. You know, she was not in the game when they scored the goal. Boy, I just put 2 and 2 together. My goodness, that's something. She had that injury. She's been our defensive player of the year in the Lone Star Conference. She just does a wonderful job. And when she was out because of that injury, Midwestern got the goal. So that's not hard to put together. That was a major factor. Well, good job with the guys on top of the lift up there. We've got our two cameramen on a lift high above the field, and we got a good look at the right knee of Rhea Belgrave. I bragged about her on Friday about how well she played. She played early in this game real well, but remember, late first half, Rhea Belgrave really got banged around, and it was a right knee difficulty, and she was not on the pitch at the beginning of the second half, and Midwestern gets their goal during that time, and that is, well, that's definitely a cause and effect relationship there. And I'm looking at her right now. You look at her on the left side. She's still a little gimpy, you can tell, because she's a very, very fast performer and has that right knee bandaged extensively. And so that has been a story of the game so far. So 1-0. And it came very, very early here in the second half on a right side crossing pass, Callie Brasino to Ashley Cottrell, the sophomore out of Arlington, Texas. Midwestern has taken the 1-0 lead. That makes the people that are watching all around our internet broadcast on foxsportssouthwest.com that root for Midwestern happy, the people in Wichita Falls as well, but in San Angelo and Angelo State fans too, because they really need Midwestern to win this game to get in the tournament. But West Texas fans out in Canyon, you're wanting your WT Lady Buffs to pull off another great upset. Morgan Hannon coming up the right side. Nice crossover move. Get it to Emily Seville. Seville to Mickey Brown. Brown with the assist on the last goal. Crosses it again and again to Cottrell in the goal mouth. But it was knocked away. By who? Who we were talking about? By Rhea Belgrave. Belgrave is sort of a vocal defensive captain out there as well, yelling at her teammates and signaling and getting things working. Brown again will try to race after the ball, see if she has the opportunity as a center. But the excellent defensive work for Marissa Knabb. And that's a corner kick opportunity. And I just mentioned Emily Seville, and Alex Wascom is watching in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I think you said hello to me last year as well, didn't you, Alex? We remember when we did our broadcast last year. There's a good shot of Katie Catney. Catney with the center. Hannon wants the header. Then Edwards tried to push it from that right side as well. Well, good. I knew we'd have some people say hello here. On Friday, we had some people say hello from England and different parts of Texas and whatever. And no matter where you're watching, if you're watching our broadcast and you appreciate what we're doing for you on foxsportssouthwest.com, get on the Twitter. We had a Twitter message. Alex just did it on a Twitter message. You can do it on Facebook. Alex Wascom says, go Mustangs. She is rooting for Emily Seville at Midwestern, and she is watching in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. So that's fun for us as we do our broadcasts. Cottrell got the only goal of the game. She has the ball. Nice pass, Hannon. Her left-footed shot will go wide. Right. That'll be a shot, but not a shot on goal per se. Sometimes that's a nebulous connotation. The clouds are lightening a little bit. They were quite gray. The clouds are getting whiter here, and I see patches of blue sky coming between them as well. So, and they did say when I drove up here, the thermometer in my car said 62 degrees. It has never felt it. It has been really quite chilly. Nothing like Friday. Friday was just a brutal day. The free kick from the left side for WT. Edwards tries to clear. West Texas trying to keep it in play. Right-footed shot opportunity was there. And the save. Well, the shot was there for Jesse Thomas. Essery makes the save. Berkeley Watson to Thomas. Good defensive work, Midwestern. That was Katie Huff. Cottrell chasing after it. Well, you know, we're going to get sunshine here in a little bit, it appears. A lot of breakage in some of these clouds, and we've still got about a half an hour. So depending on what that south wind decides to do with some of the clouds here, we had a totally overcast, misty, rainy, very raw Friday for our semifinal games. Today it's been a little chilly. Temperatures in the 60s. And the wind blowing 10 to 15 miles an hour, but all of a sudden the clouds look as if they have an inclination to break a little bit and maybe allow us a little sunshine. Mickey Brown, far right sideline. Midwestern leads at 1-0. Cottrell with the goal on the assist from Brown within the first 4 minutes of our second half. Watson now for West Texas. Will try to push it to the left sideline. Dominique Premack. Premack has it for WT. Now Midwestern goes the other way. Mickey Brown on the right sideline throw in. She's a senior out of Fort Worth. Another opportunity here. And Rhea Belgrave did a wonderful defensive job for West Texas. I am telling you, she is something else. West Texas quickly the other way. Do they have an opportunity? Well, they did, but she's going to kick herself with that one. Jessie Thomas had a pretty good look right there. Jessie Thomas, number 4 in the dark top. Had a pretty good look. Maybe could have taken one more dribble and tried to head for that far upper left corner, but it goes wide left. We stay 1-0 Midwestern. Yeah, great shot, guys. Thank you. Well, Hannon working with Cottrell. That was for Midwestern. The defensive play, Cassandra Thetford for West Texas. West Texas, the number 4 seed in the tournament. Only 5 victories on the year coming in the regular season, and they won 3 in a row to get to this title game. Their last 2 of the regular season and the semifinal game on Friday, and they'd love to see if they could pull off another upset and get the automatic qualification to the NCAA tournament. The right sideline throw in now for the Mustangs. And they'll slowly inch their way up that right sideline. And as I said, that becomes a strategical factor the closer you get to the end of a contest, okay? If you've got the 1-0 advantage, Essery gambling, coming out of the goal mouth a little bit. Working against Ashley Craig there for West Texas. Essery now will boot it away. She had quite a year, Callie Essery. Only 12 goals scored against her. That's a .62 goal against average. Had 75 saves, 9 shutouts now total, including the tournament. Essery has to come out again. Thomas ties it up! Jesse Thomas ties it up. That was a gamble, and we're back to square one. That was a gamble for Essery. And Thomas coming up that left side, getting hugs all around. And we'll try to look at that one again for you. It was on the breakaway. Well, we didn't get, now we got it. Boy, just barely. They had the collision way high. And that took Essery out of the goal mouth. And then it was a matter of seeing whether Thomas could catch up to it quickly enough to get that left-footed side kick in. Jesse Thomas, the 5'7" junior out of Anna, Texas, ties it up. And of course, the way you annotate it is the total minute into the game. But now we're back to total different feel of the contest. We break this scoreless shutout streak. We're going to have a corner kick for Midwestern. But with Midwestern holding the 1-0 lead, then their strategy becomes very, very defensive-oriented if the clock got down to within that 10, 15 minutes left situation. Well, with WT tying it up, now both teams have to start thinking offensively a little bit more. So another corner kick opportunity and a scoring opportunity for Midwestern. The attempted header does not go in for Tatiana Griffiths. And then Anna Mullen dumping it in. Yvette Bedoy will clear. And we're right back to a new ball game. This is fun. We're knotted up at 1 now as we head for the final 25 minutes of this one. Cottrell scored a while ago. She's trying to center this one. Another opportunity and a great scoring opportunity for Midwestern there for Emily Seville. And Alex there in Tuscaloosa, you just jumped off your couch or did a backflip on the rug in the living room floor, didn't you? Or wherever you're watching in the computer. Seville had a point-blank opportunity there. And there's the defensive efforts of Rhea Belgrave. And we've got a Mustang performer on the pitch with her back to you and the long ponytail there. Obviously, you saw Emily Seville. She had a great right-footed scoring opportunity, a blast. And good save by Yvette Bedoy. And just 5 minutes ago, we were talking about the message we got from is it Alex Wascom? Are we going to see this again here? Let's see. Yeah, it's here. It'll come back to her. Watch her get the opportunity. No, that was the clear from a minute ago. Okay, we were just trying to get that replay and see if we got the clear. It was Alex Wascom watching in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, rooting for Emily Seville. And boy, Emily looked as if she had a point-blank scoring opportunity and just was not to be. So the foul is called on the Mustangs. Could you move just a little bit? Thank you. I'm having to adjust a couple of people here. Got people standing in front of us, and this is fun. Want to be able to see the goal mouth. We worked for 2 days and didn't see any goals. We've had 2 today. Finally. Look at this one right on goal as well. That's Berkeley Watson. She did it again. My goodness, does she have a powerful kick. Berkeley Watson, the senior out of Amarillo, that's 2 or 3 times in this tournament we've watched her blast one from midfield directly into the goal mouth. Well, now WT really putting on the pressure. And WT saying we knocked off the #1 seed We're going to see if we can knock off the number 2 seed, Rhea Belgrave, trying to utilize that amazing speed of hers. On Friday, there was an instance similar to that where one of the Angelo State performers looked as if he had a breakaway, and Belgrave caught up to her and knocked it away. Well, she's working, Rhea is now, with a sort of a bum right knee. But she still did the job defensively. And I did point out that she was not on the field when Midwestern got their goal. Rhea Belgrave, number 20 in maroon, the dark tops for the West Texas A&M University Lady Buffs. She wasn't on the field when they scored, and of course she is our reigning Lone Star Conference Defensive Player of the Year. Substitutions and some flip-flops in here now for the Mustangs. Back onto the pitch is Kensley Pounds. We've talked about her, great defender. Karina Donahue comes on as well. This is Pounds. She wants to center. She does. That's a nice kick, but nope, went out of bounds. Boy, you love from the wings to just see if you can dump it right in front of the goal mouth and see if anybody's home. We're knotted up at 1. The clock not a factor as of yet, but as we said, that you get into the latter 8 to 12 to 14 minutes of a contest, and if someone's up 1-0, it certainly affects the strategy totally differently than if you're in a tie contest or whatever. Now, with both teams having scored, offensive soccer becomes the call of the day. That is the aforementioned Berkeley Watson. We've been bragging on how strong a right foot she has. Pounds for Midwestern. Now for the Lady Buffs, Kirsten Kerbo. Pounds wants to center. Pounds will try to bring it in front of the goal mouth. Go to the far left side, and Karina Donahue. Donahue back in front, and Yvette Bedoy will try to clear it away. And look who's behind her. Right there. I'm probably overplaying it, but you really have to brag on Rhea Belgrave. She has been really one of the major cogs in the wheel for West Texas. And of course, we did honor her on Thursday night with our Lone Star Conference Defensive Player of the Year award. That will go out of bounds. Will it be a corner kick? Still in play. And the Mustangs keeping it in their offensive zone. In effect, that will be a shot on goal for Karina Donahue. Mustangs and the Lady Buffs all knotted as one as we head for the final 20. This will be a fun ride. Again, a centering pass, and this one off the right foot of Callie Brasino. Goes behind the goal. We bragged about Rhea Belgrave getting our Defensive Player of the Year award in our banquet on Thursday night. Of course, on the other side, the flip-flop, Ashley Cottrell for Midwestern. She was our Offensive Player of the Year, announced with all of the awards on Thursday night. Callie Essery of Midwestern, our Goalkeeper of the Year. Travis McCorkle and Jeff Trimble shared Coach of the Year honors. Travis, of course, from Angelo State. He is here. I saw him just a little while ago, and I guess subtly and silently he's got to be rooting for Jeff Trimble, his co-coach of the year, because if Midwestern wins, probably Angelo State will get to go to the playoffs next week. If WT gets our automatic qualification, good chance Angelo State will not. Here is our offensive player of the year, dumping it left side to Donahue. And Donahue has it knocked away by guess who? Every time we brag about how well Rhea Belgrave is playing defensively, we say, guess who's over there again? She seems to be everywhere, even with that bum right knee. But, boy, she's got a lot of help as well. There's a great defensive tandem for West Texas. But they did clear it out of bounds, so it is a left sideline throw-in for Midwestern. That was Edwards. Allie Wade trying to keep it in. Edwards has it. Essery. Well, what a knock that was. That quick shot right there. That was Ashley Cottrell. Cottrell has it again, and there again, our two top players, offensive and defensive, meet one another. Ashley Cottrell, number 22 for Midwestern, working right there. You see them standing next to each other. Those are our offensive players of the year against our defensive player of the year. That was a great shot right there. Cottrell, our top offensive player, working against Rhea Belgrave, our top defensive player in the league. And boy, are they showing it today. Bedoy will clear it. And speaking of clear, not sure you can see it. You still don't see shadows on the field, but we're getting probably 40% of the sky being blue right now. It's lightening up a little bit. West Texas trying to get something going offensively now. The centering kick by Caitlin Steele, the freshman out of Andrews, Texas, goes right through the goal area. And Essery will clear it. Clock not a factor yet. You do not start to see any sense of, hey, we got to hurry to get this thing rolling. When a team is down 1-0 or when a team is protecting the 1-0 lead, it affects the way you go after your side outs, your substitution patterns. You want to milk the clock or slow things down, or you want to hurry things up. Now you see shadows. Look at that. That's the first time you've been able to see shadows on the field. That is the first time in our broadcasts all day Friday and today that you see the players' shadows on the field. The sun has finally come out, and we're going to have a very, very pleasant final 16 minutes of this one. Midwestern wants to clear for the Mustangs. Morgan Hannon. Hannon racing up the left sideline. The defensive effort for West Texas was Kirsten Kerbo. Here is Hannon. She, as we told you earlier, Jeff Trimble says, that's my glue. She is my main player. I sort of build everything around her. Kensley Pounds trying to work inside. Brasino. And Bedoy will clear. That ball has not touched the ground for about 30 seconds. It was off the foot twice of Berkeley Watson, and then about 5 players headed it, 2 or 3 on each side. West Texas tried to get something working offensively. Jesse Thomas has their goal for West Texas. And on the flip side for Midwestern, Ashley Cottrell scored very early in the second half. We were scoreless in the first half. Both teams have scored here in half number 2. We're knotted at 1 apiece. This is the title game of our Lone Star Conference Championship. West Texas A&M University. They were in our title game last year. They defeated Incarnate Word. We played out in Canyon. They were the number 1 seed. For Midwestern, that was off the right foot of Karina Donahue, but you could tell right away it was a little bit too tall. Yvette Bedoy knew it was going to sail over the top of the crossbar. Well, we told you usually from about 8 to 14 minutes. And we'll get a look at that. Yeah, Bedoy knew that was just going to be a little bit too tall, and then you get a good look at Karina Donahue right there. Donahue hits it again, and Rhea Belgrave knocks it away. We started to talk about that 12, 13, 14-minute mark, and we have reached it. It is going to become clock, and the time is going to be very, very important here now. Both teams are going to start to realize in the next 5 or 6 minutes, hey, if we're going to win this thing in regulation, we got to get rolling. But the opportunity to play extra soccer, golden goal overtimes, and shootouts, that's okay for either team when they know they're in a 1-1 tie. A little while ago, it was 1-0 Midwestern, and if it had stayed that way, then it becomes a little bit more of a desperation situation for West Texas. A collision over there, as you saw, with Callie Brasino and Kirsten Kerbo. Kerbo got that right knee banged around a little bit. I think she's okay. We never did see McKiley Callaghan come back on for West Texas. She really suffered a pretty painful knee injury, and she has not come back on. That was in the first half. West Texas will try to establish an offensive push here. Dominic Premack. Premack got the only goal on Friday. Premack with the left-footed kick there goes wide left. She had the only goal, and you get a very good look there at Ashley Craig. She will check in, and she replaces Emily Krennick. So Ashley Craig is in. She's a 5'6" freshman out of Castle Rock, Colorado. Chad Webb has put her in for the final 10 minutes. Get some more offensive firepower. Berkeley Watson. Jesse Thomas can't control. For Midwestern, the long kick by Edwards. Rhea Belgrave. Another fine defensive play, and West Texas will drop back defensively into the goal mouth. Morgan Hannon is going to take a breather, so they're going to take Hannon out. She's more of a midfield performer, and clapping her hands as she comes in. You get a good look there at Katie Catney. And some of the offensive stronger players. Nicole Kutzer. Kutzer has just checked in. She'll have the throw in from the left sideline. So Jeff Trimble switches things up on that front line. They need offense in the final 9.5 minutes. Somebody's got to break this deadlock. Craig has the ball stolen away by Katie Huff. Katie Huff will dump it in. This is Kensley Pounds across the goal mouth. And that is saved by Mickey Brown. Brown, nice footwork there. She'll want a center. She does. And Bedoy says, not this time, thank you. Is it Dawn Yates? Y-E-A-T-T-S, I think. Dawn, was that you in Wichita Falls? Dawn Yates has just said hello from Wichita Falls. She's watching. We want to say hello to you and thank you for watching. Kensley Pounds Mustangs will try to power it up over the top and too tall. Well, the clock a major factor now, and the sun a major factor as well. You get a good look at Kensley Pounds with the shadows. Finally, you're seeing the shadows of the players all day Friday. We sat here with temperatures in the upper 40s, low 50s, a little misty rain and wind. It was miserably cold. Fine for the players. But and then today it's been overcast most of the day, but now the sun is taking total control out here. Great afternoon, and who's going to have the happiest final 8 minutes of this thing? Can we get a breakage of this tie? West Texas tries to work offensively, and that's going to be an easy call. Nicole Kutzer right below our broadcast position. You got a good look at it. That's a definite foul and a free kick on the agenda for Berkeley Watson. Berkeley Watson has as powerful a right foot as anybody I have seen in this tournament. Watch this now. I mean, she can get it right in the goal mouth from here. She's done it from midfield. Watch this kick. Man, she can boot it. Watson tries to cut off Kutzer. This is Rhea Belgrave, the great defensive performer for the Lady Buffs. Kutzer to Pounds. Pounds will keep it in play. Pounds turns on the speed a little bit. Mickey Brown, the recipient of that pass, keeps it in play. Well, we are in the record books already. This tournament started in 1996. We have had 18 Lone Star Conference tournaments, and the fewest amount of total goals in a tournament had been 6 in 2001. Well, in our entire tournament now, going to the final 6 minutes, we have only 3 goals in this tournament. So we're going to break the record, no question. More substitution. Tatiana Griffiths will come in. You saw number 10 there for Midwestern. Can anybody win this thing in regulation? We will see. If not, and you're not aware of what it is, if we're tied, we go to an overtime of 10 minutes, sudden death, golden goal. If nobody scores, we go to another 10-minute golden goal overtime. If nobody scores there, we go to a shootout. But both coaches and most players will always tell you we'd rather win it in regulation. Yesterday, during one of our down times, a stoppage of play, I was talking to a former player from, I think she used to play 5-6 years ago from Angelo State, and she asked me, she said, if this goes into overtime, or if this is tied, do we go to overtime? Yeah. And then a shootout, and she went, wow, what do you mean? She said, I hated that. All of us hate it. Players don't like that. You'd like to win in regulation. Mickey Brown centering for Midwestern. Great defensive work again. Look at WT. Great defensive work over there. I was waiting to get the number there. That was Emily Krennick over there. That was Emily who was working so well defensively for West Texas. She did a great job. Cottrell with the tricycle kick. I always say the great bicycle kick is when you leave your feet like the bicycle spin around. When you just do it backwards with your foot on the ground, I guess you'd have to call that a tricycle kick. Nobody else would say that, but that's what... That's what I'd say. 3.5, a little bit more than 3.5 to go, and with every tick that goes off the clock, it appears that we might have extra soccer again and another tie. Isn't it amazing? We're knotted up at 1. Another great kick for Berkeley Watson. She tries to dump it in. Can somebody grab magic? Snatch magic at the end. Here we go. WT centering kick. Shot opportunity. Yes! West Texas gets the go-ahead goal. Now, I got 3 or 4 players. I'm going to try to get officially. Was that Thomas again? Who scored, Melanie? Thomas? Yeah, that was her again. I had to go over into the press box to make sure. That was Jessie Thomas again. If we have an opportunity, we'll try to get a slow motion replay. Or yeah, let's see if we get it. No, we didn't get it there. We might try to set that up again. But that was Thomas. And now the opportunity for West Texas to advance to the NCAA Division II soccer tournament with 7 victories is definitely there. This is amazing. Can West Texas, a team that a week and a half ago had only 3 victories, there is Thomas. She got credit for it. That's Jessie Thomas. She has scored both goals for West Texas. There was that rugby scrum of players in front, and I thought it was Thomas, but I didn't want to say it for sure with everybody jumping around on that in front of the goal. But this could be probably one of the most amazing upsets that we have ever broadcast in soccer, and we've been doing this for several years. Midwestern now, desperate, trying to tie it up, and they do! And they do! My goodness! The same pitch-catch combination from before. That was a centering pass. Was that Mickey Edwards or Brissy? Yeah, that was. That was Mickey Brown centering it to Ashley Cottrell. The same pitch-catch combination that scored earlier in the second half. And Midwestern. Now here it is. Here's Mickey Brown. Mickey Brown, a great centering pass. And there's Cottrell and the goal. Outstanding camera work, guys, and way to get the replay there. And we're all tied up at 2. Absolutely amazing. West Texas thought there was the opportunity when they had the Harris goal 2 minutes ago. If anybody scores here in the final 2 minutes, this will be the most amazing 5 minutes of soccer that I've ever seen in my life. Because we were just dead. It was all defense, nothing working, until we got to the 4-minute mark when Harris scored. I'm sorry, Jessie Thomas scored for WT to make it 2-1 West Texas. And then less than a minute and a half later, when you thought that WT was going to pull the upset, here was the great centering pass from Mickey Brown to Ashley Cottrell to tie it up at 2. And everybody says, all right, well, no way you can score in the final minute. We're going to go to another overtime situation. But if anybody scores now, this would be mind-boggling. It's already mind-boggling that you had the goal to make it 2-1 WT, and you thought that they were going to be able to hold on and get the major upset championship. And then Midwestern snatched the tie out of the jaws of defeat in the final 2 minutes. And we're all knotted up at 2 as we go to the final 45 seconds of this one. I'm not even sure we'll get another offensive run for either squad. My. Well, now when you finally see some goals scored, you got to figure that this one may be decided on a golden goal in overtime, because unless something amazing happens here, we're going to be headed for a 10-minute golden goal, sudden death overtime here momentarily. A lot of contact there at midfield. A WT player is down. 15 seconds. Is there any opportunity for another offensive surge? I don't think so. And for West Texas, that is Cassandra Thetford, who's had a wonderful game defensively. That is Cassandra down. As you can see, just 10 seconds remaining. Let me explain what will happen. We will simply relax our vocal cords for about 5 to 10 minutes. See if you can see that collision. Yeah, here it is. Oh my. Yeah. I was expounding on how physical soccer is a little while ago. Some people laugh at me. My daughter played soccer. Like I say, she'd come back with bruises. She's still playing as a mother, a lady now. She has a daughter. She still plays club soccer, and she comes back with black and blue bruises everywhere. So that is it. We're going to go to overtime. All right, let me explain what will happen. I will just, you'll see our field and logo for about 5 or 10 minutes as they get ready for overtime. We'll take about a 5-minute break, and then what we'll do is we will have a 10-minute sudden death. They call it golden goal overtime. Anybody scores, it's over. If that doesn't work, we'll go to another overtime. If anybody doesn't score, we'll go to another. Then we'd have to go to a shootout. But right now, I got to figure somebody's going to win this thing in a golden goal opportunity because the offense has finally shown up in San Angelo, Texas. We'll be back in about 5 minutes on the FoxSportsSouthwest.com. Hey, welcome back, everybody, and thank you once again for joining us on FoxSportsSouthwest.com. As you see, our Lone Star Conference Championship is on the air. We are headed for overtime, and very apropos, it has been a very low-scoring tournament, and we talked about the record being set. We were inferring that there was no question that was going to happen. The fewest amount of total goals in a Lone Star Conference tournament was 6 in 2001, and I said, we're going to break that easy. Well, we've got 4 in this game now, and we had 1 on Friday, so we've had 5 in the total tournament. Goals scored in regulation. The goals, obviously, in the shootout are not involved in that situation. So in case you're just joining us, here's what's happened. We've had 90 minutes of soccer. We're tied at 2. At the 48-minute mark of the game, Midwestern scored first. That was early in the second half. Cottrell on an assist from Mickey Brown for Midwestern. West Texas tied it on a Jesse Thomas unassisted goal at the 62-56 mark of the game. 86-32. That's very late in the contest, just less than 4 minutes remaining. Jesse Thomas scored on an assist from Emily Krenick for West Texas, and you figured that late in the game, WT would hold on and win this thing 2-1. Less than 30 seconds later, Midwestern State again, same pitch-catch combination. Mickey Brown, the assist to Ashley Cottrell in front of the goal mouth to tie the game at 2, and so we are in overtime. We're knotted up at 2. Whoever scores the next goal, if it happens in either this or the next overtime in regulation, will be our Lone Star Conference tournament champion. Our regular season champs, of course, with 7 victories, 2 losses, and a tie apiece. 7-2-1 records were Angelo State and Midwestern. And everybody figured Angelo State and Midwestern would represent the Lone Star Conference in the NCAA Division II tournament. Those pairings will be announced tomorrow night. But West Texas, great squad, great tradition, great soccer players, struggling this year. 2 weeks ago, they had only 3 victories on the entire season, and they won 3 games in a row, including the upset of Angelo State on Friday. Thought they were going to pull the upset here about 10 minutes ago. And they are in a situation where if they were to win this game and the tournament, they would go to the NCAA tournament and probably eliminate Angelo State from any more soccer this year. So a lot of things riding in this final, what is now 8 minutes of our first overtime. Golden goal, sudden death. Anybody scores, it's over. Midwestern in the yellow. They're trying to get something working offensively. They're going from right to left. Tatiana Griffiths. Work it to Morgan Hannon. Hannon on the left side to Katie Catney. And WT will try to flip it around to the other side. Yvette Bedoy with the goal kick. Hannon. Mickey Brown. Mickey Brown, number 9 in yellow, you see, has the 2 assists for Midwestern. Both goals scored by Ashley Cottrell, who just touched the ball a second ago. And the only lady who has scored for West Texas is Jessie Thomas. She has it there. Then the shot left side by Kirsten Kerbo. And the knockaway by Essery. I'm not sure that was on goal. I'm not sure that. It looked like that might have been wide left, but it'll set up a corner kick for West Texas. Let's see. I don't know. That probably was on goal. That was a good save. Here's a corner kick. Could this end it? It's in the sky in front of the goal mouth. Defense, good job by Midwestern. And Cottrell, who scored the goal, trying to get ahead of the pack. Essery will save and boot it away. The wind, as we said, a crossing wind, not a factor. That was a massive kick there. Hannon can't control. I tell you, these ladies have played 90 minutes of soccer. Some of them have been on the field almost the entire game. You know, Jeff Trimble has done a good job of rotating his players. Both coaches have, but we've seen a lot of substitutions, and there are an awful lot of freshmen on that WT team. But we start to make the point now, you're approaching you're approaching 100 minutes of soccer, and the ladies are starting to get tired a little bit, but then you see how desperate it is. Anybody scores and you win the championship. This is now not just a match, not just a semifinal. This is the season. This is the championship. Anybody scores, and they are the 2013 Lone Star Conference Tournament champion, and they will advance to the NCAA tournament. So this is fun. So we played 4 minutes. Of our first golden goal overtime. After regulation, West Texas had 13 shots, 7 shots on goal. Midwestern had 15 shots, 9 shots on goal. Both teams had scored twice, of course. Callie Essery has 5 saves for Midwestern. Yvette Bedoy has 7 saves for West Texas. From midfield for Midwestern, Katie Huff will dump it into the offensive zone. Can Midwestern get the game winner? This is Ashley Cottrell. Cottrell not able to get a shot off. They dump it in again. Bedoy and Mickey Brown collide, and the ball knocked away right at the last second by Cassandra Thetford. Boy, that was soccer. Thetford did a great job. You get a great look at her there on the backside post, and that corner kick now will give Midwestern a chance to maybe win this. Katie Catney will do the honors from the corner. Look at this save here. The collision, the attempted shot, and the knockaway. Catney, the center. Can this end the contest? Mickey Brown on the backside. Thought maybe she could get a left foot on it. It was not to be. Boy, that looked as if that were a game saver right there by Cassandra Thetford. And she had been involved in that massive train wreck there at midfield. Looked like she was knocked sideways. That was right at the end of regulation. Mickey Brown tried to keep it in play. West Texas says, let's go the other way. This is Jessie Thomas. Thomas getting it back after Kirsten Kierbo had it. And the left side, or the right sideline throw in will be Caitlin Steele. Nope, Steele's going to go down, and here comes Berkeley Watson. Watson will come into your picture here. She's going to throw it in. There it is. We're in sudden death. First overtime, golden goal, and we're ticking down to the final 2.5 of this one. Amazing that we went so long without any player able to score here. And then we had 2 goals, technically within 2 seconds of each other, it says on the score sheet. That's, I don't think, possible. I think maybe it was 12 seconds, but the lady who scored both the goals for Midwestern just booted it to the right side. That, of course, was Ashley Cottrell. Then Morgan Hannon dumps it in, and we've got 2 West Texas players down on the pitch. Did they run into one another? And we haven't stopped play yet. We might have to get a replay there. That, obviously, you can see, is that Thetford again and Marissa Knabb, both defenders. My goodness. Yeah, that is Cassandra Thetford and Marissa Knabb. Not sure if we have an opportunity to look at that and see why they both went down. Usually when you have a collision, if it's a 2-car accident, it's one from each team. But that one looked like they ran into each other, and both are still on the pitch. Now Thetford is up. And she goes over, she's working on that right knee, but Knapp is still down. This is Marissa Knapp, the freshman out of Leander, Texas. And obviously there is a stoppage of clock here as we don't know if we've got this. Yeah, this might be where they both, nope, that was one injury there, and then, well, it looked like the same. It looked like the same Midwestern player, and I think that was Cottrell. Got both of them. They didn't run into each other. It looked like Cottrell maybe got Thetford with a collision and then got Knapp as she tried to swing around and got her on the right knee. My goodness. So Marissa Knapp, the 5'7" freshman out of Leander, Texas. They're both freshmen. Kylie Callaghan, you know, that's funny. Callaghan, not funny. I'm not laughing, obviously. It's funny meaning weird. Kylie Callaghan is a freshman out of Leander. She left the game in the first half with a very painful knee injury, and now here is her former teammate, Marissa Knapp, out of Leander. She is being helped off the field. So they're going to have to make a substitution here. Well, boy, that is ironic, isn't it? And two freshmen, both from the same town, same high school. They went to Rouse High School in Leander. And, boy, she's putting no weight at all on that right knee. And, again, we reiterate, people that think soccer is a non-contact sport, give me a break. Wow. This is a physical game. Checking back in for Midwestern is Karina Donahue. Donahue comes now to this side. There you see Donahue right on the right side of your picture. 22 and 20, of course, for Midwestern. Morgan Hannon, number 20. Ashley Cottrell, the performer who scored both of the goals for Midwestern, and both of them were assisted by Mickey Brown. And on the flip side, both West Texas goals have been scored by Jessie Thomas, and that adds to her team leading point total. Jessie Thomas into the contest with 13 points, had 6 goals. She now has 8 goals overall. Cottrell now has 10. We're in the final minute and a half. It is golden goal, first overtime. Can somebody score to win this championship? WT will dump it in. Ashley Craig wanted to get a foot on it, but obviously Callie Essery, the Midwestern goalkeeper, says not today.
1 minute left in the first overtime.
Just 1 minute left. Catney, the center. Shot opportunity is here for Karina Donahue. But again, great defensive work for West Texas. For WT, they quickly go the other way. Jessie Thomas up the right sideline. Craig is in the center. Dominic Premack will shoot the short hop save. Essery will boot it away. And it appears that we will go to another overtime. They'll count this down momentarily. This was the first of a 10-minute overtime. Nobody scores, we'll go to another one, a sudden
10,
goal.
9,
If nobody
8,
scores there,
7,
we would have a
6,
shootout.
5, 4,
And yeah,
3,
it's over. We're going to go, and we'll just keep our broadcast right here because they don't take a long break between these two. We will simply flip sides of the field and try to do it again. We had 110 minutes of soccer on Friday in our first game when Midwestern and Texas A&M Commerce battled to a 0-0 tie. And by the way, Midwestern advanced because they won the shootout, but that game still officially in the statistics goes down as a tie. And this game will go down as a tie as well. This will be a tie contest, but somebody will win our championship because we got to advance someone. And these teams have been matched up well. What happened during the regular season? West Texas on October 13th at Wichita Falls lost to Midwestern 1-0, and then they went back to Canyon, Texas 10 days later, and Midwestern beat them 1-0 there as well. So Midwestern had 1-0 victories over WT in both of their regular season matchups. Look at the discrepancy on your board right there. Midwestern 13-4-2, and the Lone Star Conference co-champs at 7-2-1 in league play, whereas West Texas 6-8-5 overall on the year, 3-5-2 in conference play, and realized that they had to win their final 2 games. At one point they were 1-5-2 in Lone Star Conference play. All right, here are the updated statistics now. They have just handed me the updated numbers for all of the soccer that we have played, which is 100 minutes of soccer now. West Texas has taken 15 shots, 9 of them shots on goal. Obviously, they've scored twice. Midwestern has taken 17 shots, 11 shots on goal. Very little discrepancy in this. Callie Essery has 7 saves. Yvette Bedoy now has 9 saves. We are knotted up 2-2. We are going to the final 10 minutes of what would be regular soccer. If nobody scores in the next 10 minutes, we'll go to another shootout. We had one on Friday. That's how Midwestern advanced in defeating Texas A&M Commerce. All right, we're underway. Now, West Texas, the Lady Buffs, are going from right to left. That's nice ball movement there. Berkeley Watson playing the 2-man game with Emily Krennick. Now, remember, this is golden goal. Anybody scores, the tournament is over. Hannon trying to work it for Midwestern. Chasing it for the Mustangs is Ashley Cottrell. Defensively for WT, that's Caitlin Steele. Steele, a true freshman out of Andrews, Texas. So Midwestern will have the left sideline throw in. Rhea Belgrave had such a wonderful game defensively. She'll work against Emily Seville. Cottrell. 9 goals on the year. Push to the ground. They'll call it. They'll call it. This will set up a good opportunity for Midwestern. This will be a great opportunity for Midwestern. Yvette Bedoy in the goal mouth now. West Texas back on their heels. Midwestern gets a free kick. Not unobstructed, obviously. Going to be much too tall. That is Katie Catney. Catney blasts it much too high. Soon as that left her foot, you knew that thing was going to sail over the goal. Can the Mustangs keep it in their offensive end of the field? Well, no. Another foul has been called, and this will allow West Texas to see if they could put an offensive spurt on here. And again, we will see a powerful kick off the right foot of Berkeley Watson. No, we will not. She just sets it up. She has been booming those things into the offensive end. She gets it to Steele, Caitlin Steele. Work it right side, and Jessie Thomas thought she had an opportunity to get a clear shot there as Essery lost her footing, but it was not to be. That's what's so amazing. You can play 90, 100, 110 minutes of soccer or 108 minutes of soccer, and then just one loss of balance or one twist where the ball doesn't go where you think it's going to go, and somebody gets a free shot and off you go. Mickey Brown will try to work up the left side for Midwestern. Nice ball movement there. Cottrell working against Rhea Belgrave. Belgrave has just been such a bell cow. She is such a wonderful defensive performer with that big white brace around her knee there. She was off the field when Cottrell got her first goal, but she's been on ever since. They were tending to that knee that she bruised at the end of the first half. Back on for West Texas, Kenya Lewis. We haven't called her number much. The sophomore just checked in. Kenya Lewis is in there now, working defensively. Here's Belgrave. Belgrave still favoring that knee, you can tell, but when she does not favor it, she is as fast as any performer on the field. Well, look at the way the players are setting things up. They're walking to their stations. It doesn't look as if anyone's in a desperation situation. Are they relegating themselves to the fact that we're going to have a shootout, or can somebody win this in overtime? You know, if one of the teams was down 2-1 or 1-0, then you hurry up and you try to get as many opportunities as possible, but it's a fine balance between overcommitting offensively or defensively when you're tied at 2 with only 5 minutes plus remaining in regulation of the game. We're going to head for a shootout if nobody scores in the final 5:19 here. West Texas will have the next scoring opportunity as we get the big kick from Berkeley Watson, dumping it in front. Griffiths will go the other way for Midwestern. Tatiana Griffiths dump it into the zone, and this will take another 30, 40 seconds off the clock. I just looked at Katie Catney on this side of the field. She's not in your picture, but she threw her arms up as if to say, come on, is somebody gonna try to do something here? It just looks as if they're playing out the final 4.5 minutes, and we might have to go to a shootout. West Texas A&M University, the Lady Buffs on the run. Berkeley Watson trying to come up the center of the field, knocked away by Haley Britton. And again, a foul will allow Midwestern a chance to maybe set up an offensive play, and could it be their final offensive burst in regular soccer? Second overtime. This is our second overtime. Golden goal. Anybody scores, it's over. Midwestern tries to dump it inside. West Texas defensively. Both teams really just playing defensive soccer now, as I think maybe they're realizing we may just have to go to a shootout to decide who's going to win our Lone Star Conference Championship. We had that flurry of goals in the second half. All 4 goals in this game came in the second half. All 4 goals in this contest came in the second half. That was Catney. Katie Catney, the right sideline throw-in for Midwestern. The defensive work for West Texas was Berkeley Watson. Now Bedoy will clear. Isn't that amazing? We played a scoreless first half. Then Midwestern scored at the 48-minute mark. West Texas tied it up at about the 63-minute mark. at the 86-minute mark. Less than 4 minutes to go in the game. West Texas took the lead with a Jesse Thomas goal. You figured they'd run out the final 3.5 to win it. Less than 30 seconds later, Ashley Cottrell on an assist from Mickey Brown scored for Midwestern. We're tied at 2-2. We've gone to the first overtime. We've gone to the second overtime, and we're under 2 minutes to play of regular soccer. Nobody scores in the next 2 minutes, and we're going to go to a shootout to decide the entire tournament. Mickey Brown goes out. And Jackie Busey comes in for Midwestern. Just 1 minute left in the second overtime. Katie Catney with a powerful move. The crossing pass. Shot opportunity was there, it appeared, and went by the board. Another shot opportunity was there for Hannon, and Morgan Hannon not able to control. And it appears that we are going to have a shootout to decide the Lone Star Conference Championship again.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Yep, no question
3,
now.
2,
oh my
1.
goodness. Well, again, we will set this up. It'll take, and I'll stay on the air here for just a little bit. I want to go check a couple of things, but
second time ever, the championship will be decided on penalty kicks.
so we played amazingly. We played a scoreless first half of soccer. Totally scoreless. Then we went to the second half and had 4 goals, it appeared, with less than 3.5 minutes to go in this contest, when West Texas scored at the 86-32 mark, with Jesse Thomas getting the assist from Emily Krennick. That WT, with a 2-1 lead and less than 3.5 minutes to play, would hold on for an amazing upset, a number 4 seed winning this tournament. But less than 14 seconds later, Mickey Brown centered for Midwestern. Ashley Cottrell knocked it in, and it was tied at 2. We ended regulation tied at 2. We ended the first overtime tied at 2. And we are going to head for a shootout. West Texas has been involved in a championship match in this tournament. As a matter of fact, we'll go and back on the last few tournaments here. Last year, West Texas won this tournament. They had a much better season record, of course, and were the top seed. We played last year, and we had our broadcast for you from Canyon, Texas. They beat Incarnate Word, did West Texas, 3-2 in double overtime. Now this year, West Texas is in the championship game one more time. We've gone 110 minutes of soccer, and we still don't have a champion. What's going to happen is that both coaches, Jeff Trimble of Midwestern and, of course, Chad Webb of West Texas will pick 5 ladies to have a free shot from the penalty kick area, just a free shootout shot, and all of the pressure of your postseason tournament goes to Yvette Bedoy and Callie Essery. Callie Essery, the great goalkeeper for Midwestern, and Bedoy for West Texas. And the pressure will be on them. The coaches will pick 5 performers. They will gather at midfield. Then one at a time, they will head for the goal. Each of the 5 players will shoot until we have a winner. In our Friday matchup, we only had to have 3 rounds because Midwestern got the victory by getting 3 of their first shots in, and Texas A&M Commerce got only 1. So we'll identify the players as we go. Essery is going in the goal mouth first for Midwestern, and WT is going to have the first shooting opportunity. West Texas, it looks like Cassandra Thedford will have the first. Is that the case? Yeah. So this is it. This is it. Our entire tournament comes down to this. West Texas will have the opportunity for a shootout goal first, and you get a great look at it. For West Texas A&M University, Cassandra Thetford, the 5'4" sophomore out of Canyon, Texas, gives them the lead. So West Texas has the first. And now, the great goal scorer for Midwestern will try to tie it up. This, of course, is Ashley Cottrell. She got 2 goals in regulation. Ashley, the sophomore out of Arlington, Texas, has to tie it up here against Bedoy, and she does. The next West Texas kicker will be Dominique Premack. Dominique scored the goal on Friday that gave them the 1-0 victory, the upset over Angelo State. She is working against Callie Essery. It is simply 1-on-1. And we saw a couple of great saves on Friday. Here we go. Got it. So West Texas, halfway through the second round, leads it 2-1. Now Morgan Hannon has to tie it up. The pressure just grows and grows and grows when you go to a shootout. We have played 2 days and 110 minutes in this game, and it's going to come down to something like this. Hannon against Bedoy. So far, everybody has scored. The next West Texas kicker will be Jessie Thomas. They're leading the score. Jessie Thomas will work against Callie Essery. We have played 2 rounds. And it does go down as those scores, 4-4, but here we go. Thomas hit the crossbar. She hit the crossbar. So this gives Midwestern's Katie Huff the opportunity to give them the lead. Huff will shoot and score. So Midwestern, in effect, leading 5-4. They're up 3-2 in the shootout. That's through 2 rounds. So realize you just continue to shoot until you don't have the opportunities anymore. For WT, this is Haley Gerard against Essery. And she misses wide right. And I cannot believe this. It looks like WT had such a great opportunity to pull the major upset. And actually, let's see, if this goes in, it would be over. Midwestern would have back-to-back shootout victories because they got the shootout win on Friday. This is Tatiana Griffiths. This is it. Midwestern wins it. Midwestern wins it. Midwestern State University. The Mustangs are your champs for 2013, and what a crushing blow for West Texas. Well, the Angelo State people have to feel happy in the effect that maybe that will allow Angelo State to go to the NCAA tournament. But the matter at hand right now is simply crowning a champion. That is our commissioner of the Lone Star Conference, Stan Wagnon. He will hand out the trophy, all of the awards, and boy, you have to feel for Chad Webb and the West Texas people, but you have to celebrate if you've got your chips and your your rooting interest with the Mustangs from Wichita Falls. It had to go to a shootout for the second time in a row. Midwestern State University overall wins it by a final of 6-4. Technically, the game ended in a 2-2 tie. The way this will go down is the game ends in a 2-2 tie, and Midwestern wins the championship because of shootout goals.
We also ask that all fans please
well, our congratulations to Jeff Trimble. They are definitely going to advance. The 16th year head coach of Midwestern. They're going to advance to the NCAA tournament. West Texas put a scare in everybody, but it was not to be. With them not getting the automatic berth, will Angelo State get a berth in the tournament? We won't know until tomorrow night. All we know for sure is that we've loved bringing it to you live from San Angelo, Texas. Chris Needham doing the broadcast on FoxSportsSouthwest.com. By virtue of shootout victories both Friday and today, you see the celebration. There are the Mustangs of Midwestern State University. They are the 2013 Lone Star Conference Soccer Champions. You are going to have video on the air and watch all the celebration and awards and so forth. I will simply sign off for now and let you enjoy that. We thank you very much. We thank Matt Broussard and all of the great crew out of Beaumont, Texas that help us with our production. Our Lone Star Conference Network, we're going to have a football broadcast next week at Tarleton, and in 2 weeks we'll do the volleyball championships from Canyon, Texas. From San Angelo, I'll say goodbye for now. You'll get to watch the ceremony. Midwestern, your champs for soccer, the Lone Star Conference in 2013.
Let's congratulate the teams for their outstanding efforts and thank the Lone Star Conference and Angelo State University for their commitment and success in administrating this conference championship. Presenting the awards is the Commissioner of the Lone Star Conference, Stan Wagner. Lone Star Conference fans here are the members of the 2013 Women's Soccer Championship All-Tournament team. Please come forward to accept your award. From Texas A&M Commerce, redshirt freshman Vicky Beck. From Texas A&M Commerce, sophomore Laura Herron. From Angelo State University, freshman Kelly Reagan. And from Angelo State, senior Jordan Benfield. West Texas A&M, junior Jesse Thomas. From West Texas A&M, junior Rhea Belgrave. From West Texas A&M, senior Yvette Bedoy. And now from Midwestern State, senior Callie Essery. From Midwestern State, senior Mickey Brown. From Midwestern State, senior Anna Mullen. From Midwestern State, senior Emily Seville. And the most valuable player of the 2013 Lone Star Conference Women's Soccer Tournament from Midwestern State, sophomore Ashley Cottrell. Let's give all these outstanding student athletes a round of applause. Congratulations to the 2013 LSC Women's Soccer Championship All-Tournament team. And now for the presentation of the 2013 Lone Star Conference Tournament Championship Trophy. With a record of 14 wins, 4 losses, and 2 ties. From Midwestern State, will Coach Jeff Trimble and the team captains please come forward to accept the trophy. Congratulations to Midwestern State University. Midwestern State has received the league's automatic bid into the NCAA Championship. The pairings will be announced tomorrow, Monday, November 11th at 6:30 on NCAA.com.